this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
With one snap in, already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Nix off the play action. He fires one deep down the right side. They connect on the deep shot. And he's all the way down inside the 40 before going out. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a 1st down. Running back sent in motion. Nix with it on 1st. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Nix. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. Man in motion out of the slot. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Packers, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. So the 1st drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That's complete to Musgrave. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Going run again with Jacobs. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Takes the handoff, now Love. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Love out of the shotgun. Caught quickly on the slant. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the 1st.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They stick with Jacobs. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Love. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Bates. And the Broncos will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage impressive, taking their 1st possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
And the Packers will go with a dime look. 3rd down coming. And that won't be brought in, but I love the deep shot there. Some excitement for us on our final play of the opening quarter. So that was an exciting 1st quarter, but not the cleanest. A couple of early turnovers. A couple of zeros. Right now, we'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. It's no good and had the leg, but his aim wide right. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Love from the gun. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Broncos are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First throw for the backup. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well, yeah, they got the ball back for a whole lot longer down in distance.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Packers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Now, in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting a throw of some kind away and avoiding the safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage just because you're worried about taking a safety. You still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football.
Jacobs running behind center. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stopped for just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Play fake, it's Love. Buying some time right. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. Couldn't manage even a yard on that run, so now it's 4th down. The kick by Folk is good, and that will get them on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's a chain up the middle. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body breaks. Body breaks. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They're going play action. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Packers will take over possession. First down, ball at the 36. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
From the pistol, here's Love. The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. And it's the Packers trying to figure out 3rd and 14. They send the tight end in motion. Third and long. Here's Love. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last second attempt to get rid of it.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field. to those checkdowns to the running back, wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He puts some power on a deep one left. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. To the left with 4th down here. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. New series coming up following the punt. And they're going to take over possession. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Here's Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down Packers.
You know, Kerry, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Oh, try forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. There he goes, right sideline. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Love back to it after the pick. Cut by Jacobs. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
And his kick is good. What an ending to our opening half as they take the lead. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back back from the break. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Handoff here to Jacobs. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Finds him on the crossing route. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. This is Jacobs running left. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Slot man motioned over. Throwing his love on 3rd. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Deontay Banks.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Hits him on the out route. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Ritter to throw. That's caught. Devon Achane. He Gets it forward for a gain of 3. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here's 2nd and 7. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. That makes it 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Third down run from Achan. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. He's back to throw. They connect for the first. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Ritter. Brought in close to the 8. It's a Denver touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starts. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And they pick him off again. He's got room to roam here. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to the air, following the pick six. That'll be complete to Jacobs. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Escapes the pocket. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They kick the running back in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. Gets this one to Watson. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Love throwing on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Loves to throw again. Finds his man, it's Kraft. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
5-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Completes this one to Kraft. And they take him down right along the 30.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Takes the handoff, now Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Love on 3rd and short. He's on the move. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Love out of the shotgun. Throw is caught by the back. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how. I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball. And over time, he's going to make you pay.
Thrown on first down. Love. Forced out to his right. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
A second down throw here for Love. Watson with the catch. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Third and 4 coming up now. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Desperation time here on fourth. Buys time, rolling right. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
It's Nix out of the pistol. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it deep downfield. Into the red zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos making a 3-score game in the fourth. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Love. On the move, headed right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up second down. Love from the gun. Chased out to his right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with third and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Throwing his Love on third. He lofts it deep left. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Packers take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Play fake, it's Love. Connects on the crosser. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down throw, here's Love. Has him on the quick hitter. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They go play action on first. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass, too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here's Love to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
They still need 10, but the offense getting set on fourth down. Love looking to pass. Complete out to the right side. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers parlay the interception into points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Packers make it an 11-point ball game. On now is McManus to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Tackled on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss.
That just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Andrew Cooper takes it away. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Play action on 1st down. Has it down close. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Big spot for the Packers here. They'll go for 2.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Less than 25 seconds to go. This onside try is for the game. And the kick is recovered by that Broncos hands team. Well done by them, and that should put the finishing touch on this victory. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. They connect on the deep shot. And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos push the lead up to 12. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing, Love. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He's trying to push the field. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Denver.
Touchdown, Denver.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos go up by 19.
42. Packers 23. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So the interception's going to be remembered by the fans here, partner, but not by the official score. The interference call takes that away. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted.